guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour. You guys have asked me this multiple times, and so I'm going to be showing all of the books that I have, but we're just going to be going through like every book that's on my physical TBR that I have not read. So I'm going to show you each shelf and then point out the ones that I still have yet to read. I don't keep books that I don't like. So pretty much every book that I read, I have liked. Hopefully. We'll find out, I guess. The bookshelves that I have are the Billy bookshelves from IKEA because I'm basic. And I have three of them, three of like the normal size ones, and then I have a skinny one here behind me. And let's just jump right in to the tour. Okay, hopefully you can see me okay. I have things broken down by genre, because that's just like what makes sense in my little ADHD brain. So basically, I don't know if you can see this. This whole shelf here is mostly horror. This little shelf here, there's a mixture of things, but I have some of my like favorite books. There's some like little novellas, and then there's manga down below. I'll show you that in a second. And then this shelf over here is all thrillers. And then, woo, I'm falling over. And then this shelf is like a mixture of things that we're gonna talk about. So let's start with horror, I guess, since that's on the end here. Wow, I'm really bad at working this camera. Okay, so first off, up top here, I just have like a tin of these Goosebumps books. I have these little bobbleheads from Spirit Halloween. And then down here, this is Billy from Saw, which Saw is my favorite movie franchise of all time. Yeah, and then this fake plant is from Target. So anyways, I'm going to show you this shelf here. I'm very shaky, so I'm going to use the tripod. Please, being a YouTuber is so difficult. I can't believe I'm like so bad at maneuvering this camera. Anyways, let's zoom in. Okay, hopefully this stays in focus. So up here I just have some general horror books. Oh, this skeleton is broken, by the way. I snapped him in half when I dropped him. John dies at the end. I still have to read. I've heard mixed things. Hex, this one, still have to read. The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Interview with the Vampire. These books I've read. I love Anya Elborn. Within These Walls, I still need to read by her. Mother by Zoji Stage. Am I ever going to read this? I don't like her books. I mean, Baby Teeth I did not like, so, and I have not heard good things about this one. The Elementals by Michael McDowell. The Night Sister by Jennifer McMahon. Apparently I haven't read most of these. Ring by Koji Suzuki. I've read all these. I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. And then I actually read the rest of these on this shelf. So that's that up there. Next I have my Stephen King books. This guy over here is from Mayhem Made. It's a planter. Obviously I have a fake plant in, but it's Ghostface. It's half Ghostface, half skull. I was going to hang it up outside on the balcony, but I like him better in here. I don't know. And then this is my little Jack thing from Etsy. I got this from. But yeah, these are some Stephen King books. I haven't read most of these. This guy is from like Michael's or something. Yankee Candle maybe? I don't know. I haven't read most of these. I'm not a huge fan of his. Let's start over here. I've read these. I still have to read 11/22/63. This is intimidating to me. Dreamcatcher, I still need to read. Lisey's Story, The Stand. This one is another intimidating one. Read that one. Firestarter, Dr. Sleep, and I have Misery and The Mist back here. I read both of those. Misery I think is like my favorite. Misery and Pet Sematary. are my faves by him. And I have my Grady Hendricks Shrine. He is my favorite author of all time. So I have, you know, these guys on display here. And then the rest of his books, I've read all of them. I didn't like 100% read Paperbacks from Hell because, I don't know, like, okay. And then I have 4 Paperbacks from Hell here that I need to read. Progeny of the Adder, Gwen and Green, When Darkness Loves Us, and A Nest of Nightmares. So those are there. And this shelf is all extreme horror, basically. I'm going to sit down. So these are all extreme horror. I've read a lot of these, but a lot of these are brand new, so I still have to read them for like vlogs and stuff. So I have my Judith Sonnet books over here. I've never fully read Your God Can't Save You, which is a collection of short stories. I've read some of them. Deep Dark, and that's it. Still by Charlie Jacob. This is an author that passed away and like all her books are out of print, but this one is floating around. So this one was actually a recommendation from Judith, so can't wait to read that. I've read these, Cotton Candy by Stuart Bray. I still have to read that one. Reception by Kenzie Jennings. And then I'm moving into like Christopher Triana, Blood Relations, The Long Shadows of October, The Ruin Season. I have to read those. And then I have, these are like all new. So The Freak Show by Brian Smith, Depraved by Brian Smith, The Sorrow King by Anderson Prunty. I have 4 books by John Wayne Communal. Mage of the Hellmouth, As Seen on TV, Death Packs, and Left Hand Paths. Is that what that says? Scummer. And then The Paradise Club by Tim Meyer. A Voice So Soft by Patrick Lacey. I've read those. Saint Sadist by Lucas Mangum. The Rotting Within by Matt Kurtz. Woe to Those Who Dwell on Earth by John Lynch. And then I have these Splatter at Sea books. I have Eels and The World Beneath. Still need to read those guys. And What the Fuck Was That by Bridget Nelson. And then I think I've read most of these. Stay Out of the Tub by D.W. Hitz. I still need to read. Uncanny Valley Days by C.J. Sampera. And then the rest of these I have read. Then down here, just more like random horror type books, and there's some extreme horror mixed in because I'm running out of room. So these guys I've read. I still have to read Where They Wait by Scott Carson. The Drowning Kind by Jennifer McMahon, The Invited by Jennifer McMahon, Goblin by Josh Mallerman, Growing Things, which is a short story collection by Paul Tremblay. I've read these, I've read all of these. The Twisted One by T. Kingfisher, Less Than Zero by Brad Easton Ellis, The Road by Cormac McCarthy, When She Weeps by John Athen. I need to get to this one soon. I'm obsessed with him. And then Bloodtooth by D.W. Hitz. And then the rest of those I've read. And then down here, this is my Nightmare on Elm Street sign from Amazon, I think. I have to read Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. I've read these. Battle Royale. This is a chunky one. Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris. Books of Blood by Clive Barker. I have volumes 1 to 3 and then 4 through 6. I still need to read those, okay? Don't judge me. The End of Alice. Still need to read this one. Her Body and Other Parties, which is a short story collection. It Came from the Multiplex is another anthology. Human Monsters by, it's edited by Sadie and Ashley from Nightworms. And then that one I've read. So yeah, that's it for these guys here. Okay, so I just realized that the camera was crooked that entire time, so that's fun. Down here, I just have this pillow. This was outside on my balcony on my chair, but like things get so gross out there. Everything is freaking covered in pollen. So I brought it inside. I just have it sitting on the floor. Let's just jump over to this little section here. These are like graphic novels and like manga, stuff like that. So I have the Lock and Key series by Joe Hill. I still need to read. I have this one, My Friend Dahmer, which is a true crime about Jeffrey Dahmer, but it's like in the form of a graphic novel. Woo. And then these I've read. Killing Stalking I'm obsessed with. And then I need to read Berserk. This is like the first deluxe edition. So yeah, I'm gonna need help like navigating this because I don't know my way around manga. I don't know, like, does this contain multiple books in it? Is it just one? Whatever, I'm so confused. I have this Eddie Munson candle that I got from Etsy. It smells like electric guitar solos and battling demo bats. It smells exactly like that, yeah. So these are all my Junji Ito mangas. I still need to read Uzumaki, Smashed, Tomi, and Gaio. I've only read 2 of them. So, actually no, yeah. I've read The Cat Diary and I've read Shiver. So I need to work on that. Okay, and then here is my little Christopher Triana shrine. He is like my favorite author, my favorite extreme horror author. So I have Full Brutal in the front, which is like my favorite book ever. And I did a cosplay of Kim White. I'll pop up a picture. And so I won a contest. And then he sent me these 2 books back here. So that's the new like paperback of Full Brutal. And then this is the limited edition of The Prettiest Girl in the Grave. And he personalized both of them, like he personally signed them for me. And then I have like some little things around there, so yeah. And then here, okay, I need to like back this. I'm so bad at like this. I'm so bad at this. Okay, so here, this is obviously Them by McKay Watson, my best friend, and then Brother by Anya Alborn and Survivor by J.F. Gonzalez are my 2 favorite books of like literally all time. So I have those here, and then I have them on display because I just absolutely love McKay's work, and it's such a good book, okay? And then up here, and here I just have a bunch of like random little tiny books. I have Steve-O's autograph. He sent this to me because I bought his book and he thought that it was going to be signed and then it wasn't, and then I don't know, he sent me this signed book plate, but he personalized it and put my name on it, and I'm obsessed with him. I'm obsessed with Jackass, so I keep this on display up here. And then this little coconut tortoise is from Jamaica. My dad got this for me in Jamaica, and I have a pet tortoise, so that's that. I have Tender as the Flesh on display because I love this book. And then the books that I have to read yet, I think I've read most of these. The Bleak Season by Lucas Mangum, short story collection. Ring Shout. Stargazers by L.P. Hernandez. Twilight at the Gates, which is another little anthology. Beautiful Atrocities by Ross Jeffrey, another anthology or like short story collection, whatever. And then Festival by Christopher Golden. I have a feeling I'm not gonna like this. But yeah, so that's that up here. So that's it for this little section over here. So I'm gonna move into thrillers. So up here, I have a bunch of read books randomly. I have The Chain by Adrian McKinty, True Crime Story by Joseph Knox, The Devil of Nanking by Mo Hader, And I think I've read all of these. The Invention of Sound by Chuck Palahniuk. My Sister, the Serial Killer. I've read all of these. I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. The Arrangement by Robin Harding. Never Let You Go by Chevy Stevens. Don't Look for Me by Wendy Walker. The Family Plot by Megan Collins. The Winter Sister by Megan Collins. Oh my gosh, these are by the same author. I never noticed that before. Wow. The Other Woman by Sandy Jones. And that's it. So those are the ones I have to read up there. Now, moving down here, I have my Karen Slaughter books that I own. I'm working on the Grant County series. I read the first 2, so I still have to read like the rest of them. But A Faint Cold Fear would be next, I believe. And my cat ate the dust jacket, and there's teeth marks all in it, so that's great. But I've read, and obviously Beyond Reach is in that series, but I've read these. Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. This is Flowers in the Attic and Petals on the Wind, 2 books. Still need to read. Sweet Pea, The Appeal by Janice Hallett. Number One Fan by Meg Ellison. This is a Scream Ghostface popcorn bowl, you know, like when the new Scream movie came out. I don't want to put popcorn in it though because it's like kind of flimsy. So I don't know. I kind of like it just sitting on my shelf. The Perfect Ruin by Shanora Williams. Her Sweet Revenge by Sarah Bonner. This was sent to me. And then The Surgeon by Leslie Wolfe was sent to me. Shutter Island. Still need to read that one. And I've read those. So that's it for that shelf. And then down here I have all my Lisa Jewels. I think the only one I have to read that I own is The Third Wife. But the rest of them I've read. I have my Billy from Saw planter. This is also from Mayhem Made, where the Ghostface one came from. Saw is my favorite movie franchise, as well as Scream. If you haven't noticed, there's a theme going on. I don't care what anyone has to say about it. I'm obsessed with Saw and I'm obsessed with Scream. And then I have another little tortoise here that Justin got me when he was somewhere for work. So that's that. And then I have my Gillian Flynn's and Sherry LaPena's and Jennifer Hillier's. I think I've read most of these. The End of Her, I still need to read. A Stranger in the House, I still need to read. And the rest are read. Okay. So down here, I still need to read Playing Nice by J.P. Delaney and The First Day of Spring by Nancy Tucker. Then I have some more Jennifer Hillier's, Alice Feeney's. I still need to read His and Hers. Riley Sager, I've read all his books. Sign Here, I still need to read. The Soulmate and The Broken Girls. And that's it for that shelf. And then down here, I just have some more hardcover thrillers. I still need to read Every Last Fear, Falling, The Wife Between Us, The Whisper Man, Mother May I guess most of these, A Good Marriage, The Nothing Man. I haven't read any of these. The Favorite Sister, For Your Own Good. This is a new one that was sent to me before She Finds Me, and then I read that one. This little ghosty was a gift. And then this little guy was from Michael's. Then there's a shelf down here that's empty. I just have like a bunch of books that I'm getting rid of, so I'm not going to show you that. Okay, then we're just going to start from the bottom. These are my nonfiction shelves. So at the bottom, I have like some celebrity memoirs, true crime. I have some like spirituality books, which I used to be like super into like manifestation, and now I just embrace being miserable. So all of these I've read. I still need to read The Office BFFs. The Office is my favorite show. Member of the Family by by Charles Manson. About Charles Manson. I've read all of these. Crying in H Mart. Still need to read that one. Know My Smoke It's in Your Eyes, which is about working in a crematory. And I've read all of these. Creating Money. I feel like I need this one. I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't, by Brene Brown. American Kingpin, which is about, it's a true crime about the dark web. And then this is a history book, The Escape Artist, about a man who broke out of Auschwitz. And then up here, these are all my like health books. So I have like health books and like chronic pain memoirs. So I've read most of these. Hormone Intelligence, Healthy Hormones, still need to read those. I've read all of these. This Is Your Brain on Birth Control. I need to read that one. And then these are all my like chronic pain memoirs. I did not fully read Giving Up the Ghost and My Broken Vagina. That one sounds fun. And I think that's pretty much it. I've read most of these. This shelf is very boring. This is my Michael Myers home sign from Etsy. This is the little like bust candle holder from Bath & Body Works. And then I just have a few books that didn't fit on the other shelves. And Every Morning The Way Home Gets Longer and Longer by Frederick Bachman. This is about dementia. Sad. Still need to read it. Please read this leaflet carefully. This is a fiction book about chronic pain. I think it's about endometriosis. Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. Bones and All. Up here, are we still working here? Okay. So up here is a mixture of just like contemporary historical fiction, that sort of thing. I've read most of these. A History of Wild Places, I still need to read. And 1,000 Splendid Suns. I've read these. Firefly Lane and Summer Island, I need to read. The Kite Runner. Brave New World. I don't think I've ever read this one. No, I didn't. And All the Ugly and Wonderful Things, A Man Called Ove, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and that's it for this shelf here. And then moving on to the top here, this is my Coheed and Cambria shelf. You guys know they are my favorite band. I'm a progressive rock girly, so they are my favorite band. And so I have all of their comics and graphic novels. If you don't know, their music is based off of comics and graphic novels and like storybooks that the singer Claudio Sanchez, he's a writer, so he writes all of these, and then the band makes music based on the storyline, if I'm making sense. So I am a nerd, so that's great. So that's what this is. This is a quintillion speaker from A Window of the Waking Mind. This mask is not a horror movie mask. It is Creature's Mask from the Unheavenly Creatures book. So that's what that is. And then these are all my little books that go along with that. And then up here is my YA shelf. So I have just like Alice Osman books. The only one I haven't read is Radio Silence up here. Still need to read Ace of Spades. I have some Tiffany D. Jackson's. I really like her. I still need to read Grown. I still need to read the Mary Shelley Club, and My Dearest Darkest, and the Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy I've read. Up there, that is just a skeleton book guy from At Home and some candles, and that is it. Yes, I forgot to mention, this is my book cart down here. The top shelf is just the books that I've read that I need to film my wrap up on, so I put them here. And then the second shelf, these are books that are on my direct TBR, like that I'm getting to next. So any book that I've said 1,000 times I'm going to read soon, I put here to hold myself accountable. So that's this situation. Okay, so that is it for my little bookshelf tour. Hopefully I didn't bore you to tears, and hopefully the camera looks okay. Because I am not good at filming. I'm not good at using my camera. We know this. So hopefully this was entertaining, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!